Hey everyone, in this video we will explore how to install Wine on Ubuntu 24.04. But before we do so, let's have a quick overview of Wine. In Linux, Wine is a compatibility layer that lets you run Windows applications on Linux and other Unix-like operating systems. It translates Windows API calls into POSIX calls on the fly, making it more efficient than traditional virtualization technologies. So simply put, Wine mimics Windows operating system and allows Windows applications to run. Now that said, let's get into installing Wine on Ubuntu 24.04. As a prerequisite, ensure that you have a graphical installation of Ubuntu 24.04 like we have here. Alright, now with that out of the way, let's get started with installing Wine. The first step in installing Wine is to update the local package index, and to do so, launch your terminal and run the command sudo apt update and hit enter. So this will refresh the local package index. As you can see, the process has successfully completed. All right. Now the next step is to add the 32-bit architecture on your system. Now this will allow you to install and run any 32-bit software, including libraries and applications. Now the process takes care of older Windows applications that are designed to run on 32-bit systems. And to do so, run the command sudo dpkg, then add architecture i386. Okay, hit enter. All right, now this is added. Now the next step is to add the Wine repository key. But before we do so, first of all, you need to create the keyrings directory that will contain the GPG key. Okay, and to do so, what you need to do is to run this command here. So I'm going to copy this command and I'm going to paste it on the terminal. So this is going to create the keyrings directory in this path here, and this assigns the directory the following permissions. Okay, so here I'm going to hit enter. All right, now the next step is to now download the GPG key from the official Wine repository. So we're going to run this wget command here, which will download and store the keyrings or the GPG key in this directory here. Okay, so I'm going to paste this command and hit enter. Okay, so as you can see here, the GPG key has been downloaded and stored in this directory, and we can use the ls command to verify this. So I'm going to use the ls-l command, and then I'm going to provide this file path here and hit enter. So as you can see, this is the Wine GPG key that has been downloaded to the keyrings directory. Okay, now the next step is to add the official WineHQ repository on your system. Okay, now the repository will allow you to receive the most stable development or staging versions of Wine, including new improvements, bug fixes not found in the usual Linux repositories. Okay, so now to do this, you need to run this command here. So this will add the official WineHQ repository on your system. So I'm going to clear the screen and run this command here and hit enter. Okay, you can see this has successfully been completed. All right, so once again, I'm going to confirm that the repository has been added to our system. So this has been installed in the etc apt sources.list.d directory. So I'm going to confirm this, and from the terminal output you can see that the repository has successfully been added. Okay, the next step is to synchronize the Ubuntu system so that the system can be made aware of the newly added repository. And to do so, I'm simply going to refresh the package index once more by running the command sudo apt update like that and hit enter. Okay, so as you can see now, the system has recognized the newly added repository. Okay, from this output you can see here. All right, now from here we can now install Wine, and the command for doing that is the following command here. sudo apt install recommends WineHQ stable. So I'm going to copy this and I'm gonna paste it on the terminal and hit enter. Okay, so this will install Wine alongside other dependencies and libraries. Okay, so this will take some time. So at this point, I'm going to fast forward the video, then I'm going to resume once the installation is complete. Now Wine has successfully been installed. Okay, now let's check the version installed. So to do so, run the command wine version and hit enter. So from the output, you can see we are running Wine version 10.0, which by the way is the most current release at the time of making this video. All right, now Wine has successfully been installed. Now in the next section, we are going to see how to start using Wine on Ubuntu. Let's now go ahead and see how to install the Windows application from the CLI using Wine. Now for demonstration, we are going to use the VLC Media Player Windows executable file. All right. Now to do so, head over to your browser and search for VLC Media Player. Okay. Then open this option in a different tab. Okay, so this is what we have. So this will give you an option to download the VLC Windows executable file. So all you need to do is to click download VLC button here, and this will download the executable file. Okay, so we already have downloaded this. Okay, so just to confirm this, I'm going to run the ls command and check our downloads directory. And as you can see, this is our VLC executable file. And as you can see, this is designed for 32-bit systems. Okay. Now, with this file in place, to install VLC from the downloaded executable file with Wine, simply run the command wine followed by the path to the executable file. So in our case, this is the downloads directory. So here I'm going to provide the full path. Then finally VLC like that. Okay, so simply invoke the wine command followed by the full path to the executable file and then hit enter. Okay, so once you do that, you're going to see the installation wizard for VLC Media Player. Okay, so all you need to do is to accept the defaults. So I'm going to click OK to select the language. So here you can see the wizard has now started. So just click next, accept the public license terms by clicking next, click next. So this is the path of the installation. So just click install. Okay, so this is going to install VLC media on your system, and this will take just a minute or two. So just wait it out to complete. And the installation is done. So just click on finish. Okay. Now, as you can see, this has popped up the VLC Media Player interface. Okay. And this is exactly what you would see on a Windows system. Okay. So here, just click on continue. All right. And voila. So this is your VLC Media Player. And from here, you can start playing and enjoying your music or video files. Okay. So here I'm going to first of all minimize this. So to the bottom right corner, you can see the VLC Media Desktop icon here. But here you can see it has an X mark here. All right. So this means you cannot launch VLC at the moment. So to enable this desktop icon, just right click and select allow launching. So this is going to allow you to launch VLC Media Player by double clicking on this. So to demonstrate this, I'm going to first of all to quit this window. All right. And I'm going to minimize this. So now to launch it, I'm simply going to double click on this desktop icon. And there you go. You can see we have successfully installed and launched VLC Media Player. All right. Also, you can search using the show apps icon. So you can come here and search for VLC. And as you can see, you get the application icon displayed. All right. Okay. So that's one way of running a Windows file using Wine Okay, and as you can see, one way to do so is by running or installing the application directly on your system. Now in the next section, I'm going to demonstrate how to install a Windows application on a virtual desktop like I mentioned before, and this time around we are going to use a different executable file and we shall be installing Notepad++. Okay, so stick around for the next section. Like we mentioned, you can also install an application on a virtual desktop. Okay, now to enable this, simply run the WineCFG command and hit enter. Okay, so we are going to have a pop-up window, and here what you need to do is to click graphics, and this time around we are going to emulate a virtual desktop, so you need to check this option. Okay, and leave the desktop size resolution intact. Okay, so I'm going to click apply and then okay. Now to persist the changes, simply run wineboot. So this will save the configurations made. Okay, all right, so as you can see, that has opened, or rather you saw a pop-up of the virtual desktop. All right, now to install an application, what you need to do is to first of all download it, and for demonstration this time around we're going to use the Notepad++ Windows executable. So head over to your browser and search for Notepad++. Okay, then select this option here. So I open this in a different window, then click on this option here to download the executable file. Now we already have this downloaded, and I'm going to confirm this by running the ls command and check the downloads directory once again. And as you can see, this is the Notepad++ executable file. All right, so once again, to run this executable file, simply run the command wine followed by the full path to the executable, in this case downloads, and then npp. All right, so when I hit enter, this is going to open in a virtual desktop from where you're going to complete the installation. So when I hit enter, you are going to see what we have here. So as you can see now, the installer has opened in a virtual desktop, unlike the previous scenario where we had the installer running on our system. So here just click OK, accept the defaults. So I'm going to click next, agree the license agreements, click next all the way. So here I'm going to create a shortcut on the desktop and click install. So this is going to install Notepad++ on a virtual desktop, and then finally click finish. Okay, so now we have our Notepad++ application. Okay, so here I'm going to close this out. Okay, so this is what we have here. All right, so this is how you install in a virtual desktop, and now it's upon you now to choose which way you would prefer running your applications, either directly on your system or on a virtual desktop. So here I'm just going to close this out. Okay, and as you can see, the window has disappeared. So here I'm going to cancel this out on the screen. So as before, you can see that this desktop icon here is grayed out. So once again, I'm going to right click and select allow launching. Okay, so the next time you double click on this, it's going to open Notepad++ on a virtual desktop, as you can see here. Okay, and from here you can just go ahead and start writing your code. Okay, all right, so that's how you go about running an application on the Wine virtual desktop. All right, and that's it guys for this lecture. So in this lecture we saw how to install Wine on Ubuntu 24.04, and we also went ahead and demonstrated how to install Windows applications with Wine, both directly on the system and using the Wine virtual desktop. So in case you found this video insightful, please don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe to our channel to receive more of these Linux tutorials. So that's it guys for this lecture. See you in the next lecture.